All right.
Start that again, Rachel. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachel Eldridge, Director of Volunteers. Welcome to our construction recognition event for volunteers. We're doing this online for the first time. And I'm going to wait a minute or so to make sure everyone has a chance to tune in. There's a couple of extra steps with GoToWebinar that we're using, and I want to make sure everyone catches up before we get into the actual program. Appreciate everyone being on their computers on what is a beautiful day. It's been a big day for us at Habitat Charlotte region. We already did a dedication at lunchtime today for the Charlotte Church Partners House, and it was nice to get to see a few people in person there, but it's great to have everyone here online with us. And in case anyone is not able to come that you know of today, we do record this and we will be sending out the link afterwards so other folks can get caught up, because we want to make sure we include everyone. This is, we did the CEO update construction town hall in January, but this is the first time that we're doing volunteer appreciation for all of our volunteers of the combined affiliate. So it's another milestone for us in our merger, and that's very exciting for us in volunteer services. I have the great blessing of getting to meet lots of you in person as I go around to build sites. And while you may not be able to get to see each other through this platform today, you will get to see names of other volunteers. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Again, thank you all for coming. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to have Greg Cole, who is our existing homes program manager, open us in prayer. So take it away, Greg.
Sure. Welcome, everyone. Lord, let us see the many blessings you have given us each day. Give us the courage to walk on, no matter how long the path or how many turns it holds. Guide our thoughts so we walk in love and peace and with gratitude stamped on our hearts. Thank you, Lord, for all the volunteers and Habitat team that serve in your name. Guide and protect them as they use their talents to serve you and others. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome.
All right. So the next thing that we are going to do is our family services team and our marketing team helped us put together a great little message from our youngest Habitat partners, our homeowner children. And so we are going to share that video with you. We hope this gives you a sense of the impact that you're making as volunteers at Habitat Charlotte region. You get to see the product of your work all the time and the walls going up and the rooms being built, but you may not have as much opportunity to see the families who are going to benefit from living in those houses. So we want to share that with you. So let's watch this video. Oops. Hey, Peter, can you advance it for me?
Let me take you off and put you back on, Rachel. See if that
Okay.
mess that up. See if that works now.
So Peter Brown, our Director of Marketing, is our wizard behind the controls here.
A wizard is a very strong term. If that doesn't work, I can advance for you. Just let me know.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
There you go. You
There
got
we
it.
go.
You're working.
All right,
You're working.
so now I'm going to turn things over to Courtney Dubois, our Construction Volunteer Coordinator. We're moving into the part of the program where we're going to be giving out awards.
Good evening, everyone. Like Rachel said, I'm Courtney Dubois, the Construction Volunteer Coordinator. First, I just want to express how thankful I am for everything you all do for Habitat, our construction staff, and especially our homeowners. We would not be able to achieve what it is that we do for the families that we serve without such dedicated and passionate volunteers like you. I wanted to explain a little bit before we jump into the program about kind of two different award tracks that we've created. We put a lot of thought and effort into ramping up our reward structure for construction volunteers. And these are a couple of different ways that we've decided that we want to recognize you all. First, we know that a lot of our volunteer records might not date back super accurately past like the 5 or 6 years from now. And we've been trying our hardest to get the most accurate information for all of you, especially since our recent merger with the two affiliates. So what we've decided is any regular volunteer that's been coming out for a while on a regular weekly, monthly basis type thing, we want to recognize you guys by the years that you've served. That way we know that we're recognizing you as accurately as we possibly can. And then people that have come on board and started volunteering with us pretty regularly the last few years, we know that we do have solid records of your volunteer hours, and we know they're a lot more accurate and that we can recognize you by the hours that you've served. So we're going to be doing that. If you have any questions about why you might be on the hours track or why you might be on the years track, or if you want to help us update your information, you think you've served more hours than what we might have on record, or you've been volunteering longer than what we might know, please reach out to Rachel or myself so we can get you in our system as accurately as we possibly can, because we want to celebrate you and the hard work that you've put in for our organization. So with that being said, I'm also going to be recognizing our first set of volunteers for this evening. So if we can go to the next slide. All right, so this first kind of level that we're going to be recognizing this evening is our 500-hour level. This is for all volunteers that have given us over 500 hours of their time since they started volunteering with us. And for these volunteers, we would like to present them with the President's Volunteer Service Gold Award. This award is presented by the federal government to someone who has volunteered a minimum of 500 hours with a certified organization, which we are one of those. So anybody that's receiving this, you will receive a certificate as well as a gold pin for your service. So I just want to highlight the names of everybody that's going to be receiving this award from us. And that's my baby in the background, sorry. We have Jane Kane, Andrew Highfield, Beth Kaufman, Richard Pratt, Jim Early, Nancy Bobbitt, Hung Pham, Jenny Swedenberg, Brian Harker, Jim Smith, Vic Granger, Janet Stetzer, Gail Romano, Elise Deal, Cliff Deal, and Van Crawford. And now I would like to pass things over to Bex Oring, who's our Director of Government Grants and Advocacy. If you've ever been on a Global Village trip, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Hi, everyone. I just want to express my thanks to all of you for supporting Habitat Charlotte region, whether it is locally or internationally when building with our partners in El Salvador, Guatemala, or Cambodia. So I have the opportunity to present the award for 750 hours. And Peter, can you move to the next slide, please? And folks that receive this award will get a Habitat Charlotte region rain jacket. So keep an eye out for that. So thank you to Todd Williamson, Vince Pratt, Malin Pratt, Becca Tate, Bob Waitzel, Douglas McCormick, Joe Labus, James Shoemaker, and David Alexander. And then I also get the opportunity to present our 1,000 Hours Award. And we're really excited about this one. In our newest office building in Charlotte on 3816 Latrobe Drive, we're going to be displaying all the names of volunteers that have served 1,000 hours with us, kind of like our own Hall of Fame for volunteers. So we'll be adding the following names to this board: Fred Hammond, Susan Flynn, Philip Bradley, John DeZervis, and Donna Hatfield. And I'm going to pass things over to Adam to go to the next award.
Thank you, Bex. As Bex mentioned, my name is Adam Hunter. I'm the new construction field manager, which is why you see my steering wheel in the camera, because I'm in the field. And I have the honor of presenting 3 categories, starting with the 1,500 Hours Speed Square Trophy. This will be a commemorative speed square that we will send to you guys. And those recipients are Connie Reed, Art Goodson, and Sandy Guston. And then our next group is the 3,000 Hours Award, which is a commemorative cat's paw plaque that you see on the slide there. And our recipient for that one is Frank Reed. And then finally, we have one of the highest honors that we can bestow upon a volunteer is the 5,200 Hours Habitat House Replica. The reason it's sort of a seemingly arbitrary number like 5,200 is that we calculate that that is the number of volunteer hours that go into the construction of a Habitat home. So this person single-handedly has done all of the volunteer work necessary, or at least the equivalent of all of the volunteer work necessary to build an entire Habitat home. And the recipient for that this year is Fran Cairo. Congratulations and thank you, Fran. And so now I will turn it over to Rachel, turn it back over to Rachel, who will explain our Golden Hammer Award. Rachel?
Right. The Golden Hammer Award is actually a tradition from the Our Towns Habitat. So part of our merger, we wanted to combine the legacies of both affiliates. And so we decided to incorporate the Golden Hammer Award. And so this recognizes the volunteer who's given the most hours in a given year. So for this particular year, we're going from July, when volunteers return, until the end of March, which is when we had the most recent records. And so this goes to the volunteer who I have to say I have seen pretty much on site every time I drive north, and that is Joe Labus. So thank you very much, Joe, for all you've done for us this year. We really appreciate it. All right. So now we're going to continue, and as Courtney said, we're switching here, and then we're going to start recognizing people by years of service. Is this me, Peter? Or is this
Yeah,
you?
I think you were going to talk a little bit about award distribution in the middle, Rachel, before we went on to
right.
Josh.
Okay, how do I fix this?
I'll get you back to where you need to go.
Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping before we start those years of service awards. We're going to be trying to get awards out to people in a few different ways. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll be coming out to build sites where people are serving to try to drop them off. And so if you know you're going to be volunteering sometime, you could let us know, but we'll also be looking and contacting site supervisors. I'm going to set up some times for us that I'll be at the Cornelius and Charlotte office. And we'll send those out in an email to everyone. So if that's convenient for you, you could swing by one of the offices and pick up your awards. And again, we'll be doing that end of April, maybe the beginning of May. And then probably in May, if we've not had a chance to catch up with you and give your award, then we'll be working on either mailing them or we might be dropping them off on your doorstep. Some are a bit unwieldy, like a speed square, and are a little harder to mail than others. So hopefully by mid-May, we'll have gotten awards out to everyone. So, all right. And now we're moving on to awards by years of service. So I was gonna say, Peter, it might be better if you're controlling things because my computer is being slow.
I'll drive, yeah. So I think we're gonna be, Josh, you are 10 years Wall of Thanks.
Yep. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Josh Turner. I'm the director of the new construction team here at Habitat. And I'm honored to be, part of the ceremony and part of thanking all of our faithful volunteers. And I'll just say that, as we're starting to be able to welcome more volunteers back on site, we're just really excited to get re-engaged with everybody. And we really missed a lot of you over the last year. So really looking forward to that. So we have a wall of thanks that we have for our 10-year volunteers. And so the folks we'll be adding to the wall of thanks this year are Bruce Garland, Donna Chapin, Amiko Coliani, Randy Miller, Richard Laub, Ernie Ritter, Klaus Meyer, and Amy Hartman. So thank you all very much for your at least 10 years of service. We really appreciate all that you all have done. And then I believe we also have 15 years coming up next.
Well, this thing is
Click.
really acting up. Yeah, hold on a second.
My button's not working. The 15-year award is going to be a Speed Square Trophy.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No problem. So the folks receiving the 15-year Speed Square Trophy this year will be Joe Spencer, Tom Mixer, Brian Titch, Gordy Diegelman, Dale McGill, Robert Neal, Robert Rogers, Bob Birch, Jay Crozier, John Kissel, and Peter DiGregorio. So thank you all very much for 15 years of service. It's really admirable, and we really appreciate all that you all have done and look forward to more years. And at this point, I will turn it over to our fearless leader, Bob.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Glusenkamp. I'm the Vice President of Construction, and it's really an honor to award the 20-year award this afternoon, the Kazpaw plaque. And we're thrilled to present that to Bill Clenz, Joan Fesco, Chris Cashwell, Alan Woodward, John Baxter, David Carricker, Jim Heim, Michael Peterson, Mario Plaza, Juan Lozana, and Danny Kelly. So again, thank you so much for your service. 20 years is a great accomplishment. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Laura Belcher, our CEO, for our 25-year award.
Thanks, Bob. 25 years is amazing. All of the volunteer activity that we've been celebrating today is inspiring. The last year has reinforced for us how important volunteers are and how much we miss you. And we're glad that you are starting to come back out on site, and we hope to see more and more of you in the future. For 25 years, it is the House Replica Award, and we are recognizing some amazing long-standing volunteers. So Alan Stein, who I had the chance to see today at a home dedication, the first dedication I've been at in 14 months, and just really a great day to celebrate a new home for a new family. Not coincidentally, but to share with you all, we've had 57 families have moved into homes since last year, and that's because of the faith that people have put into us, and the volunteer efforts that we've been able to do with our regulars and the warehouse crew and all of that. So I want to recognize Louis Tabb, a longtime volunteer with us, obviously 25 years through Christ Episcopal. Brenda Suits, who has built on every women's build that we have had the fortune of doing over the last 30 years. Brenda has served on the boards of Habitat Charlotte and on our towns, and now the Charlotte region. So just a tireless volunteer, Brenda. We're thankful for your service. John Crehor, who has also worked with us over the years through Christ Episcopal's annual builds and the things that we've done there. David Erb, Alan Morrow, both members of the Tuesday Warehouse crew. Alan also has done amazing work through the Restore. And so we've got so many stories we could be sharing about each of these members, and we're just honored that you choose to spend your discretionary time with Habitat. You could do a lot of things, and to choose to serve families in this way, know that it's meaningful, know that it's impactful, know that you have changed lives. You have changed the trajectory of families forever with the time and energy and compassion that you have invested. So it's a big deal. It is not a little thing, and we don't take it for granted. As I said, we have missed spending time with our volunteers. In the future, we'll have this kind of award and celebration and ceremony in person, but we didn't want to put it off any longer, and so we're doing it virtually because we want to say thank you, and we want to honor the investments that you have made, and we're very appreciative. So I will turn it back over to Rachel from here.
Yep, I'm just saying there's my camera. All right. So, well, I want to add my thanks to what Laura said. I hope you all realize the impact that you do make in our community. I hope you saw that in the children that were featured in the video, and know that there are families who now have safe places to live, which is more important than ever with the pandemic that we've been going through. And you've made that possible through your service with Habitat Charlotte region, and we're all very grateful for that. And we're also really grateful of how flexible and cooperative everyone has been this year. There's been a lot of new things, and you all have rolled with the punches, and we are very appreciative of that as well. We're looking forward to keep on doing it, to keep on building, and to keep on having everyone be safe with us. I look forward to seeing everyone out on site as I get to go out and deliver awards, or if you're going to pick them up from the office, and we'll be in touch about that. Look for an email from Courtney with the details on that. So, but thank you all for joining us. I'm really happy to have this chance to celebrate all of you, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you all.